I'm in the right place at the right time, right where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time, right where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. I'm getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. You're in the right place at the right time, right where you're supposed to be. You're in the right place at the right time, right where you're supposed to be. Oh, your soul is welcome here. Your soul is welcome here. You're getting the message loud and clear. Your soul is welcome here. Your soul is welcome here. Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ is here, lifting each one of us up to that Christ consciousness within. Let us begin with prayer. Mother, Father, Spirit, God, thank you for another day full of opportunities to express you in all that we think and say and do. Another opportunity to get to come for that center in which we all live, move, breathe, and have our being. I am so grateful that we get to choose how to show up as the divine humans that we are created to be. May we be a light in this world and co-create opportunities for healing and light for all of your creations. And so it is. Amen.
Amen.
Well, good morning again. I'm Reverend Carol, the Associate Minister, and I want to welcome you to our spiritual community here, Unity of Austin. We are a community that studies. We do a lot of studying here, teaching, and practicing all those universal truths that have been taught to us and that were lived by our way shower, Jesus Christ. And my blessing is that each of you know, as Sharon and Eric sung earlier, that you are welcomed here and that you are in the right place at the right time and that your soul will be fed at a deeper level. Welcome.
I'd like to welcome y'all too and invite you to join us in singing. Our first song today is Love is My Decision.
Love is my decision. It's up to me to give of my heart. Love is my decision. No one else can tell me to start. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to stand on that bridge. Love is my decision. No one else can make me forgive. And once I decision right here and now. My decision right here and now. Should I ever get discouraged, feeling I have lost my way, I just listen for the whisper that will never let me stray. If I'm feeling tired and weary, not remembering my strength, I just listen for the whisper, and I know help's on the way. I listen for the whisper, the guidance I perceive. I listen for the whisper, knowing wisdom I receive. I listen for the whisper, the guidance I perceive. I just listen for the whisper, knowing wisdom I receive.
Beautiful. Please join me in our blessing of all faiths. Our God is love, our race is human, and our religion is oneness. All right. Announcements. So, our big and most exciting announcement is we are going to be opening the sanctuary building Sunday, August 1st. We cannot, yeah. And we cannot wait to meet in person again. But we do have some guidelines, and we have a video that's going to talk to you a little bit about some of those guidelines.
Welcome back to Unity of Austin. We are so excited to have you. We need to make sure that we keep all of these safety protocols in place because we are a community that cares for one another. And so when
Hey, Janelle! Sharon, where's your mask?
Oh, okay, first things first. Do not forget to put on your mask before you come in the doors like I just did. So, if you kind of find that you do, and we ask that each and every one of you, if you see a friend without a mask on, please remind them to put their masks on. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to see that there's hand sanitizer right here, and we're going to use a little of this because we're going to keep ourselves and our friends safe. If you if there's any kind of congregations, gatherings, we ask that if you are vaccinated, that you stay 3 feet apart. If you're unvaccinated, please be sure and stay 6 feet apart, and that's for your safety. Just a reminder, please do not bring food. We hope to be able to share and break bread together, but that's just not happening today. So please be sure and not bring your food in. Let's go and check out the sanctuary. I know that I'm excited to have you come walking into the sanctuary. Now, if the sanctuary is full, as we are hoping that it will be, please be sure and go to the gathering room because we're going to have it live streamed in the gathering room at the same time. And those same safety protocols are going to apply there. Here is
Janelle!
Sharon! No, we need to keep a distance, Sharon. And as much as I miss you and I love you and I really want to hug you, I'm just going to greet you with a namaste.
Namaste, my friend.
Namaste. I'd love to give you an air hug.
Okay.
Yeah. Or how about an elbow? Would you like to elbow? Oh! That is how we're going to greet our friends. And as much as we have missed them, and I know how much I have missed you singing to these empty pews, I know that I'm going to want to hug you, but we need to wait. So we're just going to be that because we want to keep everyone safe because we care. So we look forward to seeing you.
Yay!
And if you have any questions or concerns or comments or anything like that, feel free to reach out to the office. and you can talk about that. Thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing you.
Safe and happy.
Now, these guidelines are also in our Shine the Light email, that newsletter. So if you are not subscribed to that, please look on our website or call our office and get subscribed. Now, we also have a PSA that I did specifically for our youth and family ministry. And I'm going to let Trevor play that now.
Hello, I'm Reverend Carol, the Associate Minister with Unity of Austin, and your Youth and Family Ministries Coordinator. Some of you may have seen the announcement that we will begin to have in-person Sunday services on August 1st, and we are so excited to be able to see some of you in person. Now, in this announcement, the first phase of reopening is limited to all adults and only to those children and teens that are 12 and over who have been vaccinated. So our YFM classrooms are not opened yet. Things have greatly improved over the last 6 months, and especially here in Austin where we have a very good vaccination rate. But with that said, we are still in a pandemic, and there are those who are still vulnerable, especially our little ones. So with this in mind, children under the age of 12 will not be allowed at this time, and there are no exceptions. Reverend Anna and the board continue to regularly monitor the COVID-19 updates and status. And we look forward to when we can safely welcome our children back into the building. So we will keep you updated. Until then, if you have any questions or concerns, please call our church office and you may speak with either Reverend Anna or myself. Until then, stay safe and know that we continue to keep all of our children and their families in our hearts and in our prayers. Thank you.
We will continue to live stream our Sunday services at 11 a.m. every Sunday. And we are, of course, here on Facebook Live, but we are also now on YouTube. And you can also go directly to our website if you do not want to go through the Facebook or YouTube mediums. So know that you can do that now and continue to do so in the future. Now, our offices have reopened, and but, you know, with everything that's gone on, our hours have changed a little. Our new office hours are Mondays and Wednesdays from 10 to 4. Staff works remotely on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and the office, of course, is closed Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays. If you are wanting to come by the office, you will need to call us and make an appointment. So you can't just do not just show up. Please check with us first by calling us. Now, there's lots of ways that you can participate with us here at Unity of Austin, and many ways to keep updated. We have the Shine the Light email, which is a weekly e-newsletter. In that, there's all of the updates of what's going on here at our community. We also have Reverend Anna's Heart Notes that are beautiful, and I recommend, and I strongly invite you to listen to. We also have different things. We're on Facebook 4 days a week, Monday through Thursdays, and there are many things that are listed in that Shine the Light email. We also have the Spark, which is the newsletter for our youth and families. You can also subscribe to that. There's activities and just fun things for the kids, and the YFM lesson that is recorded by one of our YFM volunteers. We have started our classes. Reverend Anna's classes are on Wednesday evenings, 7:30 to 9. Discovering the mystical, living your divine light. And this is based on the Mysteries of John, written by Charles Fillmore, and of course, the book of John in the Gospel. My classes have started. I've started a new class just this past Thursday, and it is from 7 to 8:30 p.m., and it is Be the Bridge, Faith and Activism in Spiritual Justice Work. So if you would like to join us in these classes, please register for these via our website, Contact Us form. These are being done through the Zoom conference. And today is Second Sunday Zoom Fellowship. And Gayla will be opening that, opening up our room right after services today. You can also find the link in your Shine the Light email. Now, the Second Sunday Zoom Fellowship will be our last one, as we are reopening in August, and so we hope to see you in person and not via the Zoom. And please check your Shine the Light for any other announcements that I might have missed. We also want to thank you for those who continue to support this ministry through your tithes and offerings. There are many ways that you can do that. Probably the easiest is on our secure website portal. So I invite you to go to our website and check out everything we have on our website. All right. I think that's it for now. What we're going to do is invite you to greet your loved ones that you are with, and share your greetings with everyone in the comment box.
I have arrived at the river. It's a flowing river. It's a river of light.
It's a river of light.
It's a river of joy.
It's a river of joy.
It's a river of love.
It's a river of love.
I have arrived, I am baptized in the river of light.
The river of light.
I have arrived, I am baptized in the river of light. The river of light.
Our hymn today is When You Rule Your Mind, and it's number 337. It's pretty peppy. Hope you enjoy singing with us.
Think light in the face of darkness. Think faith when you're lost at sea. Think good, for there is no evil in this world unless you think there ought to be. When you rule your mind, you rule your world. Think light,
Think light.
think faith,
Think faith.
think good,
Think good.
think high when you're feeling low down. Think free when you want to fly. Think big if you want to grow up in the world, unless you think you'll never try. When you rule your mind, you rule your world. Think high,
Think high.
think free,
Think free.
think big,
Think big.
think life full of vim and vigor. Think truth, let the spirit flow. Think love, and there will be love in all the world, unless you think you'll never know.
love.
Think love.
Think.
Thank you. I love that. Today's daily word is pray for others. And the affirmation is, I know the truth of each dear one I hold in prayer. I know the truth of each dear one I hold in prayer. What an honor it is to hold others in prayer. I am grateful for this sacred trust and use it to see beyond appearances, knowing they are temporary conditions. I focus on the unchangeable truth that each one for whom I am praying is a divine being, a living expression of God. As I pray for others, I envision divine peace, calming thoughts, and strengthening faith. I see healing leading to the realization of wholeness. I pray divine love and wisdom create harmony in relationships, guiding every decision. I affirm divine order is established in every area of life. I claim for them the zeal to complete everything that needs to be done. I then give thanks, grateful to bless others with the gift of prayer. And the scripture is from Matthew 18:19. Again, truly I tell you, if two of you agree on earth about anything you ask, it will be done for you by my Father in heaven. Pray for others. I know the truth of each dear one I hold in prayer. Let us prepare now for meditation.
Let us find peace. Let us find love. Let us now quiet the mind and rise above. We can find joy in the knowing we have all we need. Let loving Spirit set you free. Let me find peace.
Let me find peace.
Let me find love.
Let me find love.
Let me now quiet my mind and rise above. Let me find joy in the knowing I have all I need. God's loving Spirit within me.
As we go into this time of meditation, I invite you to type any prayer request in the comments and know that your prayer ministry hold these in prayer. And now I invite you just to pause and enter into this time of meditation, this time of communion with the divine by centering on your breathing. Gently close your eyes and follow that movement of breath, allowing it to relax you. And as you follow that movement, allow all resistance to leave. as you envision this breath moving down from the top of your head, releasing tension in your face, your jaws, your neck, with each gentle exhale, following the rise and the fall of your breath as it continues that movement, feeling yourself relax within your shoulders and your arms, within your hands. And if thoughts should come across, just gently nod and return again to your breath. Breathing in, feeling that movement as it relaxes your torso and your back, traveling down through your legs, feeling your feet grounded, bringing you closer and closer into that inner sanctuary. That place where you are unfolded, and as we listen for that whisper, we know that there is where the guidance and wisdom, allowing that place to enfold us and embrace us with love. As we go into the silence, knowing that we are held. I am a child of that light that embraces me. I am the light. I am the light of understanding and of faith and of hope. I am the light of strength and wisdom, of vision, of devotion. I am the light of release and cleansing. I am the light of power and the light of love, the light of life. I am a child of light. And so it is. And so I invite you now, when you're ready, to return your attention back to your breathing. Maybe stretch a little and feel your feet grounding you. And when you're ready, you can gently open your eyes and express gratitude for this time of sacred communion. And as we come back to this present moment and close out this time of meditation, I invite you to join in singing the Lord's Prayer with us.
Our Father, us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors, and leave us not in temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. Right outside this lazy summer home, you ain't got time to call your soul a critic, no. Right outside the lazy gate of winter's summer home, wondering where the nut thatch winter's wings a mile long just carry the bird away. Wake up to find out that you are the eyes of the world. Your heart has its beaches, its homelands, thoughts of its own. Wake now, discover that you are the song that the morning brings. But the heart has its seasons, its evenings, and songs of its own. There comes a Redeemer, and he slowly too fades away. There follows a wagon, and behind him that's loaded with clay. And the seeds that were silent all burst into bloom and decay. And the night comes so quiet, it's close on the heels of the day. Wake up to find out that you are the eyes of the world. The heart has its beaches, its homelands, thoughts of its own. Wake now, discover that you are the song that the morning brings. The heart has its seasons, its evenings, songs of its own. Sometimes we live no particular way but our own. Sometimes we visit your country and live in your home. Sometimes we ride on your horses, sometimes we walk alone. Sometimes the songs that we hear are just songs of our own. You are the eyes of the world. You are the eyes of the world.
Beautiful, thank you. All right, well, let us start with our affirmation. And I'm going to invite you to say that with me 3 times so that we can really feel it and affirm it. And it is, divine understanding sets me free. Divine understanding sets me free. All right, one more time, and I hope you're adding in some movement and with that. Divine understanding sets me free. All right. I'm going to start with a story. It's an old Hindu legend. Some of you may be familiar with it. So there was a time where all humans were gods, but they so abused their divinity that the chief god, Brahma, decided to take it away from them and hide it where they would never again find it. And so where to hide it became a big question. So it called the council of the lesser gods. And the lesser gods said, well, let's bury it deep into the earth. They will never find it there. And Brahma said, no, humans will dig deep into the earth and they will find it. And the lesser gods said, well, let's sink it into the deepest depths of the ocean. But again, Brahma said, no, not there. For humans will learn to dive and to explore the ocean floors. They will search out the ocean beds and will find it. Then the lesser god said, well, let us hide it on the highest mountain. But again, Brahma said, no, for there will be no mountain on this earth that humans will not climb. And so the lesser gods gave up and concluded, then we don't know where to hide it. And Brahma said, here is what we're going to do with man's divinity. We will hide it deep down in man himself, for he will never think to look for it there. So ever since then, the legend concludes, man has been going up and down the earth, climbing, digging, diving, exploring, searching for something that is already within. I like that story, that legend, because it's so true. We humans are a species that is always on the quest for something. We are always looking for something. You know, whatever we're experiencing in our life, we are looking for an answer. And we know if we find the right answer, then everything good is going to show up in our life, right? Usually that means specific answers to specific questions. Or even if the question isn't very specific, we are still looking for specific answers. Now, here's what we do. As humans, you know, our brains have become wired in a certain way so that we're going to look for those answers within our own echo chambers, right? And that echo chambers is from people who think like we do, who already believe what we believe. We're not going to go outside of that, are we? Now, whether it's true or not, factual or not, we are looking for answers that fit with the belief we already have. Now, we don't question it. We don't try to understand it. If it fits, we wear it. And too often we have set up our questions so that only one answer will fit. Now, what if we're presented with something outside of that belief system? What if all of a sudden that answer just doesn't fit with that belief system? So what happens? Denial? Defensiveness? Chaos? Usually there's a little bit of chaos in all that, isn't there? In Unity, we kind of call that chemicalization. We come to this realization of truth, but we still have this belief system, and so they kind of stir up stuff. We're right in the middle of a lot of stirring up here in the United States, aren't we? Because we've discovered, some of us have discovered, some have known, that we're really not the people we believed we were. That our history isn't what we thought it was. And so, what do we do about that? Where do we go from here? How do we recognize? How do we reconcile? How do we repent and repair? Because we are still looking for those answers, those same answers to those same questions. So instead of changing that question, instead of setting the question up for a specific answer, we must look for a different way. We must ask questions that gives us a way to understand. We must search for understanding instead of looking for answers, for specific answers. Now, not just intellectual understanding either, either, right? Because intellectually we can know something. But I'm talking about a deeper understanding. Because intellectually doesn't always mean we'll change, or that we will change our behaviors or our belief systems. There's a phrase, a very popular phrase, when we know better, we do better. Well, no, not so much. We just don't. No, we don't. Not if it's based on intellectual understanding only. There has to be a deeper understanding, that spiritual understanding. I want to quote Thomas Merton. He was an American Trappist monk, a social activist, a modern mystic. And he tells us that what is the relation of contemplation to action? Simply this: he who attempts to act and do things for others or for the world without deepening his own self-understanding, freedom, integrity, and capacity to love will not have anything to give to others. He will communicate to them nothing but the contagion of his own obsessions, his aggressiveness, his ego-centered ambitions, his delusions about ends and means, his doctrinaire prejudices and ideas. There is nothing more tragic in the modern world than the misuse of power and action. So we must ask a better question, one that searches for understanding, an understanding that is born from spirit within. That spiritual understanding that comes from connecting to that divinity within us. You know, the divinity that the Brahma hid. only it's not hidden. It's only waiting to be acknowledged, accepted, and released. You know, in our YFM stories this month and next month, the unit that we are sharing is called Search for Understanding. And it tells us that the wisdom teachers of all paths describe gradual awakening of a progressive realization of understanding, marked by moments of clear inner revelation. And if we keep asking questions, inviting understanding, then there are ever new octaves of clarity. You know, the Bible is full of wisdom stories, of poetry, of songs, of people searching for understanding, for a deeper understanding. And these stories may not always give us answers, but it can provide us with the questions to help us find the right answers through our search for understanding. Now, in Scripture, especially in the New Testament, the Christian Scriptures, when these newly formed communities, these Christian communities were being formed, there was a lot of struggle. There was a lot of persecution, a lot of polarization. And Paul, who at one time was a persecutor and was now a disciple of Jesus, spoke to these communities. He either visited these communities in person or he wrote letters to them. And he assures them and warns them about, fake news. So, in one of these letters is found in Colossians chapter 2, verses 1 through 4. And he tells them, "For I want you to know how much I am struggling for you and for those in Laodicea and for all who have not seen me face to face. I want their hearts to be encouraged and united in love so that they may have all the riches of assured understanding and have the knowledge of God's mystery, that is Christ himself, in whom are hidden all the treasures of wisdom and knowledge. I am saying this so that no one may deceive you with plausible arguments or smooth rhetoric." So Charles Fillmore, our co-founder of the Unity Movement, tells us in the Revealing Word that spiritual understanding is the ability of the mind to apprehend and realize the laws of thought and the relation of ideas one to another. You know, it's a realization not of the intellect, but of the heart. It comes from that communion, that grounding with spirit. So, why is this so important? What does it mean for my life? What does it mean for your life? Well, I believe that for our world to be transformed, we must learn to understand. And that transformation begins where first? Within me, within you, within ourselves first. And deep lasting change must come from understanding. When we truly understand our own great potential that lies within us as spiritual beings, then we're going to shift how we perceive not only ourselves, but how we perceive people and how we perceive circumstances. You know, we begin to search for understanding. When we begin to search for understanding, instead of forming harsh judgments and condemnations that too often result in injustice, then we get to choose to shift. Where we are choosing to shift to healing. We are choosing to shift to a reconciliation, to a justice that seeks to transform lives. That understanding. How do we do this? How does that search for understanding happen? Well, first off, searching for understanding, it's not a one and done thing, people. No. Even when we have those aha moments, those realizations, those revelations, there are always deeper and deeper levels. We must always remain open to that deeper understanding. It's an ongoing, ever expanding, ever growing process. But first, we must listen. As Sharon and Eric sung earlier, we must listen. And then we come into ourselves and listen through prayer and meditation. And then we must actively do the work we are being called to do right now, at this time, in this country. You know, these past 18 months, I've shouted out very loudly, very clearly, the work that we need to do. So let's put feet to our prayers and get her done. Your spiritual community, Unity of Austin, you know, we're answering that call in many ways through the classes that Reverend Anna and myself that we facilitate, through the studies that we do, and the work that we do. And we invite you to join us, because now is the time, and we need each and every one of you to search out for that understanding. Now, in closing, I want to share this poem. Now, this is someone who was a student of Reverend Eric Butterworth. She always considered him her teacher, and she spoke at his eulogy. Well, this poem was written and read by her at the first inauguration of President Bill Clinton on January 20th, 1993. And it is Maya Angelou's poem, On the Pulse of Morning. Now, the poem's themes are about change, inclusion, responsibility, and understanding our roles as citizens. I think not only as citizens of the United States, but as citizens of the world. It's a long poem, but it's a beautiful one. On the pulse of morning, a rock, a river, a tree, host to species long since departed, mark the mastodon, the dinosaur who left dry bones of their sojourns here on our planet floor. Any broad alarm of their hastening doom is lost in the gloom of dust and ages. But today, the rock cries out to us clearly, forcefully, "Come, you may stand upon my back and face your distant destiny, but seek no haven in my shadow. I will give you no hiding place down there. You, created only a little lower than the angels, have crouched too long in the bruising darkness, have lain too long faced down in ignorance. Your mouth spelling words armed for slaughter. The rock cries out today, you may stand on me, but do not hide your face across the wall of the world. A river sings a beautiful song. Come rest here by my side. Each of you a bordered country, delicate and strangely made proud, yet thrusting perpetually under siege. Your armed struggles for profit have left collars of waste upon my shore, currents of debris upon my breast. Yet today I call you to my riverside. If you will study war no more. Come, clad in peace, and I will sing the songs the Creator gave to me when I and the tree and the stone were one. Before cynicism was a bloody sear across your brow, and when you yet knew, you still knew nothing. The river sings and sings on. There is a true yearning to respond to the singing river and the wise rock. So say the Asian, the Hispanic, the Jew, the African and Native American, the Sioux, the Catholic, the Muslim, the French, the Greek, the Irish, the rabbi, the priest, the sheik, the gay, the straight, the preacher, the privileged, the homeless, the teacher. They hear, they all hear the speaking of the tree. Today, the first and last of every tree speaks to humankind. Come to me. Here beside the river, plant yourself beside me, here beside the river. Each of you, descendant of some passed on traveler, has been paid for. You, who gave me my first name, you, Pawnee, Apache, and Seneca, you, Cherokee Nation, who rested with me, then forced on bloody feet, left me to the employment of other seekers, desperate for gain, starving for gold. You, the Turk, the Swede, the German, the Scot. You, the Ashanti, the Yoruba, the Crew, bought, sold, stolen, arriving on a nightmare, praying for a dream. Here, root yourself beside me. I am the tree planted by the river, which will not be moved. I, the rock, I, the river, I, the tree, I am yours. Your passage has been paid. Lift up your faces. You have a piercing need for this bright morning dawning for you. History, despite its wrenching pain, cannot be unlived, and if faced with courage, need not be lived again. Lift up your eyes upon the day breaking for you. Give birth again to the dream. Women, children, men, take it into the palms of your hands, mold it into the shape of your most private need. Sculpt it into the image of your most public self. Lift up your hearts. Each new hour holds new chances for new beginnings. Do not be wedded forever to fear, yoked eternally to brutishness. The horizon leans forward, offering you space to place new steps of change. Here, on the pulse of this fine day, you may have the courage to look up and out upon me, the rock, the river, the tree, your country, no less to Midas than the mendicant, no less to you now than the mastodon then. Here on the pulse of this new day, you may have the grace to look up and out and into your sister's eyes, into your brother's face, your country, and say simply, very simply, with hope, good morning. Thank you.
That was a lot of stuff there. Beautiful, beautiful message and beautiful reading of the poem, which I had not heard in its entirety. And wow, that got me crying, and just so much meaningful things there. We need to start within, and we need to greet the day with our own understanding before we start judging others. And
Yeah.
That's right.
She's going to say that's right. Thank you so much, Reverend Carol.
Thank you.
What a rocking message.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We're going to now celebrate our abundance, and I invite you to sing with us our abundance song.
God is my supply. God is my supply. I'm abundant indeed. God fills my every need, the overflowing source in my life. I have more than enough. I always have more than enough. God fills my cup with faith, love, and trust that I always have more than enough. God is my supply. God is my supply. I'm abundant indeed. God fills my every need, the overflowing source in my life.
And join with me as we bless our offerings. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, Father, Mother, God.
All right, we're going to carry on with a song, an old gospel song that was made famous by the Blind Boys of Alabama. It goes a little something like this. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around, turn me around, turn me around. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. I'm gonna keep on talking, walking down Freedom Road. Lord knows I've got good religion.
Oh yeah.
I didn't get it in a dream. Well, you can wake me up in the midnight hour and I'll tell you what I mean. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around, turn me around, turn me around. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. I'm gonna keep on talking, walking down Freedom Road. God knows I've got good religion.
Oh yeah.
I got it from Unity when I was young. Well, I'm a sanctified and filled with the Holy Ghost, and the devil can't do me no harm. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around, turn me around, turn me around. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. I'm gonna keep on talking, walking down Freedom Road. Yeah. Well, I would not live to be a sinner.
Oh no.
I'll tell you the reason why. Let's say the Lord calls my name in the midnight hour. I wouldn't be ready to die. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around, turn me around, turn me around. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. I'm gonna keep on talking, walking down Freedom Road. Yeah.
Woo! Thank you. All right. So let us bless our children. We love you. We bless you. We appreciate you. And we behold the Christ in you. All right. Let us close with our peace song and the prayer for protection.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
In every heart, a place is saved to fill with love and grace. A reservation made by the universe each day. We know the truth that we belong to the universal song. In harmony and oneness, we have the strength to carry on. Trust in yourself, take care of each other, lift up your sister, help out your brother, spread the love and make positive change. Believe in yourself and trust one another. Thanks to your father, praise to your mother. Spread the love and make positive change. Spread the love and make positive change. Have a beautiful week.